The project itself started with a request from the school district. They were looking at the question of high school completion.
Why students don't complete high school and what factors influence that decision. It was an opportunity for students to be involved in issues that concern us.
So we had a number of our high school students who volunteered to interview fellow classmates, some teachers, people within the community, and our administration. And they were interested in looking at why some students choose to or don't choose to complete high school.
They had a group of students that agreed to participate in this, and we brought them all on campus for a day-long training session and meeting where we went through the research process and had them actually working on questions asked. And they were integral in every part of the research process, from those initial questions to developing the survey instruments and the focus groups. And they take over and they started doing the interviews in the focus groups, and it was absolutely fantastic.
I work in an outreach school where we do have a large proportion of our population that are at risk. So it really validated that the importance of the relationships that they need. They need somebody to feel that connection with, that pushes them to become engaged with school.
We all know the faces in our classrooms. We know their names, but we don't necessarily know who the kid is. So involving the students in the research allows us to connect better with those students.
When they presented to the boards, it really did provide them with a sense of ownership. This was not just them presenting research that I, from the university did. This is their project. This is the questions they came up with. These are the interviews that they did. These are the findings that they came up with. And so it really was their project.
The ability to actually go and do that in a real life situation where you have to look at the ethics that are involved in it, and you have to look at what happens when you get this data and how do you go through all that. That was an invaluable skill for those students to be able to be active student researchers.
When the school board could hear from their own students what they thought was going on and what the reasons were and what the concerns were, it does make it more real, because these are the students who are living the experience, right? They're the ones in the schools. These are their peers that they're talking about. It's not just students.
Even as teachers, we see one side of our students. We don't see the sides that they open up to their friends necessarily. So having students doing the interviewing really allowed the students being interviewed to be more open and more free with their responses.
The school district are forward thinking. I think this is a fantastic initiative. I think that this should be a model that could be repeated in other places.
Having students involved and engaged in our school will ultimately lead to the environment and the atmosphere being more welcoming, and an environment where students are interested in learning, not just interested in what they're learning.
I think that this project meant to the students that they, even as high school students, that they could actually make a change.
This is our school, and this is our school division, and to have the opportunity for our voice to be heard is an opportunity that I think any student would want.